The purpose of this demonstration is to show you how reordering rules work in Odoo's version 14. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is actually go to the inventory tab. We can go to our configuration and we can look at reordering rules. When we look at reordering rules, you'll see a list of all the rules that we have in place. As you can see, there's one rule in place in this scenario. It's for product X. The location being measured, and it will also look at child locations within this location, is the warehouse stock. The minimum quantity. This is the minimum quantity that we want to have on hand at all times. If we reach that minimum quantity, or if we go beyond that minimum quantity, Odoo will look to the maximum quantity in order to define how many products we need to order in order to satisfy the reordering rule. So in this case, in a scenario, you have 5 is the minimum quantity. Let's say that you have 6 units of this product on hand. You sell 2, you now have 4 units on hand. When the reordering rule will run automatically, and it will automatically order you 21 units of this product. Why? Well, you have 4, and in order to get to your 25 as defined as your maximum, you need 21 additional units. And of course, it will order that in multiples of 1. So how does it know who to order the product from? It's very simple. You go to the product itself, you open up the product, and under the purchasing tab, here you can define your vendor and the price. Additionally, you can go into the replenishment option here, and you'll be able to also have a preferred route, and you could also change the vendor whom you order this from automatically here, assuming you want to buy, of course. Okay, so let's take a look at how this works. Today I have in stock 6 units on hand of product X. Let's go through and sell 2. As you can see, when I hover over this, Odoo will tell me that I have 6 units available to sell. I will confirm the sale, which generates the stock moves, creates the delivery order, which indicates now if I hover over this, it will tell me that there's 2 units reserved. And there I can go in and see the 2 units reserved from the stock here. If I look at the inventory report, I can see that there are still 6 units on hand, but there are 4 available to sell. And of course, that's true. There still are 6 units on hand because I have not shipped these products yet. But the moment that I do ship them, of course, they go out. However, when looking at the way reordering rules work, it will automatically measure the quantity available, not the quantity on hand when initiating a rule. So if I go to the purchasing app, I will see that there's a new purchase order generated here because order point number 1, which is our reordering rule number 1, has been triggered. And if I open it up, I will see 21 units are set to order, and you'll see that it was created just a minute ago, right when I confirmed that sale order. Why? Sale order triggered the creation of the stock moves. Stock moves that were created triggered the system to see that, in fact, there's only 4 units on hand, which broke the reordering rule, which was set at a minimum of 5. So Odoo automatically looked to see how many products it needed to order in order to bring the available quantity back up to the maximum quantity specified on the reordering rule. And that is how the reordering functionality works in Odoo. And of course, at this point, your procurement team will see that, in fact, they can proceed with this order. There's also in the replenishing, it is empty, of course, because there's nothing set to replenish. So because the purchase order has already been created. And of course, your team can confirm. They can see the receipt is generated up here. They can go into that, right? The receipt, meaning the inbound receipt of these products, which is accessible by way of the purchasing application, as well as accessible by way of the inventory overview, which is a list of buckets that show all the inventory processes or operations that need to be executed. I can see the delivery order here, which is the one for the 2 units for sale order 1. And of course, I also see here warehouse in number 1 for purchase order number 1 with a set date of tomorrow from vendor X for the 21 units. And when I go and bring those quantities back into stock, you will see under the inventory report that my quantity on hand is 27, but available 25. When I ship my 2 units, the quantity on quantity on hand will now be 25, as you see here. Okay, that should satisfy the question that may be pertaining to reordering rules. If there's anything in addition that you have that you'd like to learn more about as it relates to the way these reordering rules work, feel free to let me know. Be happy to help you. Thanks.